Alright, we are running the fictional route here tonight. Let's get started with BAT 1, BAT 1 emerge, BAT 2 emergency. Wait for those lights to come on. Alright, external 1, external 2. Get the dome light going. Turn these down a bit. Crew supply, ground recorder, ADRs, IR1, 2, 3. Constraints, airport, traffic, weather, constraints, airport, traffic, terrain. Bring in our flight plan. We are in the A350 for a massive plane for a short flight. The moon rises over Ottawa tonight. Next to the Air France, 2 Air Frances, that is not accurate, but we'll deal with it. A couple more Air Canadas. One would be accurate, maybe. Okay, alright. Let's bring in the company request. Get the ATIS going here.
Tur 3022. Density altitude 100 feet. Caution bird activity. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Foxtrot. Ottawa McDonald Cartier International Airport. Information Foxtrot. 0100 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 7.
Alright.
Wind 020 at 1.
We're to clearance. Insert the flight plan. Do the fire test. Check. And oxygen flowing.
457 ready for IFR clearance.
Let's get the refuel.
Clearance on request, stand by.
Papa 457 ready to copy down IFR clearance from McDonald Cartier International to Oswego.
To where?
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Oswego, I think. Alright. Director Tuckle, MPEC,
Ottawa
floor 7.
clearance, good morning, November 837 Alpha Kilo, Cyrus 22,
extremely short
General
flight given
Aviation
the
Parking
runways.
with information Foxtrot, VFR to Charlie, Yankee,
It's expected to be
Romeo.
held for 7 and the 6 left.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
Cleared VFR to Charlie, Yankee, Romeo, maintain VFR at or below 1,500, departure 128175 and squawk 5537, November 837 Alpha Kilo.
Clearance delivery, Baron November 3196 Whiskey. With you, looking for VFR clearance to Smiths Falls, Charlie Yankee Sierra Hotel. Planned altitude 3,500. And we have information Romeo.
Calgary, Florida Victor Celeste, runway 32, climb to 4,000 feet, departure on 135.15, squawk 2455, WestJet 927.
Ottawa clearance is the 521, request clearance IFR to New York. Ottawa McDonald clearance ATR 4260 Bravo with Kilo Ready to copy, IFR clearance to St. John.
Alright, fuel is loaded. Let's get the passengers coming in. Request catering. And request boarding.
November 2366 Bravo. Ready to pick up IFR clearance.
Fuel pumps
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
coming on. APU master on.
Ottawa clearance, good evening. Air Canada 443 with information Juliet to request IFR to put on for flight level 320.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
Ottawa clearance, Cessna Golf, Delta Romeo Zulu. Delta Romeo Zulu requesting IFR clearance to Montreal with information Sierra.
Passengers boarding started.
Clear to LaGuardia, fly vector to IGVUD, then is filed, departure runway 07, initial climb, flight level 270, departure on 128.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this flight with us at Virtual Airline. We're headed to the beautiful city of San Francisco. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes.
Let's try that again. It clearly doesn't have our... Oh, actually, that's why. You're gonna do this. And we're gonna go to clearance.
67 clearance for IFR to Charlie Yankee Zulu information Bravo.
Darren, boarding has started and the first passengers are aboard the plane.
Cool, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard Air Canada Flight 476 flying from Ottawa to Montreal. We're thrilled to have you with us today. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and make sure to stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you.
McDonald's
If you need any
Cartier,
help, don't hesitate to reach out to our friendly
POE
crew. We're here to assist you.
2345.
Thanks for choosing Air Canada and
Looking
enjoy
for
your flight.
IFR clearance to Boston Logan. We have information Kilo.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Clear to Boston Logan after departure. Flight radar vectors codex and is filed. Departure runway 25, initial climb to 4000. Departure on 135.15. Squawk 2454, PO 345.
Clearance Air Canada 65 with information Sierra requesting IFR clearance to Toronto.
None of those are there, so we're doing it that way.
Clear to Winnipeg after departure, fly vectors Celix, then as filed, departure runway 7, initial climb to 4000, departure on 3515, squawk 1226, Tango Juliet Sierra.
Tango Juliet Sierra, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.9er.
Ground on 1219er, have a good evening, Tango Juliet Sierra.
Ottawa clearance, Frontier 8006 at gate number 14, requesting an IFR clearance to Delta Charlie Alpha.
Alright, clear to Detroit. Radar vector is Tuker, then it's filed, climbing 4,000 feet, then expect flight level 36010, 10 minutes after departure, frequency on 135.15. Runway is 32, squawking 4222, Air Canada 334.
Ottawa clearance delivery, Baron, November 3196 Whiskey at the North Field. We are looking for clearance for a city flight, and we have information, Oscar.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Good evening, Ottawa clearance, Air Canada 334, here at the gate 27. With information X-ray, looking for my IFR to Detroit as well.
Ottawa clearance, good evening. Air Canada 443 with information Juliet to request IFR to put on for flight level 320.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
Clear to Boston,
Flight radar vectors to Kodak, Venice file, departure runway 07, initial climb to flight level 210, departure 128-175, squawk 3422, and we have information hotel, American 2450. 219, American 2450.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Clearance. TBM 1 Tango Bravo, information November, ready to copy IFR clearance to Quebec City.
Auto clearance, Papa 457, ready to copy down IFR clearance.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Papa 457, ready for IFR clearance.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Bravo 316, request IFR to Nuuk, Greenland.
Okay, why is that not loading in?
Bravo 316, request IFR to Kangerlussuaq, Greenland.
Ottawa clearance, Air Canada 0206.
Mic off.
Have information Yankee, like to pick up our IFR to Halifax.
Ottawa clearance, Air Canada 43 is at gate 17 with Sierra, ready to copy IFR to Minneapolis.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Radar vectors to Salis that is filed. Departure on runway 22, climb 4,000 feet. Departure 135.15, 1464 on the squawk. Air Canada 43.
Ottawa clearance. King Air 316 Papa Whiskey is at the Aero Center with information Sierra, IFR to Hamilton.
Ottawa clearance, Canada Air 4177 requesting IFR clearance to Montreal, Dorval. I am information Whiskey.
Chicago O'Hare International, after departure flight radar vectors to LETAC, NS5, departure runway 32, initial climb 4,000 feet, departure on 135.15, squawking 5736, Air Canada 410.
Okay, that's a very good evening. Endeavour 3659, radio check please. Endeavour 3659, we have information, Victor, ready to copy IFR clearance to Chicago O'Hare. Clear to Chicago O'Hare. Departure, radar vector, Slatak, Dennis 5, departure runway 25, initial climb 4,000, departure 135.15, squawk 3436, Endeavour 3659.
Good evening, Ottawa. This is WestJet 927. Request IFR clearance to Calgary, information Romeo.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
Calgary, Florida Victor's Celeste, runway 32, climb to 4,000 feet, departure 135.15, squawk 2455, WestJet 927.
Ottawa clearance, easy 521, request clearance IFR to New York.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Radio check. Ottawa clearance, good evening. Baron 3196 Whiskey, looking for our clearance to Kilo Bravo Tango Victor Burlington with information Papa.
Mic on. Mic off.
Ottawa clearance, Air Canada 1020 request IFR clearance to Toronto. Ottawa clearance, Air Canada 1020 request IFR clearance to Toronto.
Papa 457, read back correct. Ground is on 121.9er, safe flight, sir.
121.9,
Ottawa clearance, Air Canada 4-Tree, gate 16 with hotel, request clearance to Minneapolis. Fly radar vector Celis, status filed, departure runway 14, climb 4,000 feet, departure 135.15, 4241 on the squawk, Air Canada 4-Tree.
Mic
Good
off.
evening, Ottawa clearance delivery, Jazz 870 with you. We have information Gulf.
Mic
We're going to
on.
pick up IFR clearance to Montreal.
Ottawa clearance. This is Cessna Golf Bravo Romeo uniform.
Ottawa ground, good evening, Jazz 86 team, I'm going to back up the bar. Looking to pick up.
Ottawa ground, Air Canada 476 Heavy. We have information Foxtrot. We're at gate 15, Airbus A350, looking to pick up our IFR clearance to Montreal, Trudeau tonight.
Virginia, departure radar vectors to the cells, and as follows, departure runway 7, and climb 4,000, departure 135.15, squawk 4244, Jazz 60.
Air Canada 476, Ottawa clearance, cleared to Montreal. Radar vectors take all, then as filed, climb 4,000, expect 13,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 135.15, squawk 5515, expect runway 7.
Clear to Montreal, radar vectors to tackle, then as filed, climb 4,000, we'll expect 13,10 minutes after departure, and departure frequency is 135.15, we'll squawk 5515, expecting runway 07, Air Canada 476 Heavy.
Air Canada 476, read back correct. Ground is on 121.9er, safe flight, sir.
Thanks, have a good night. Over to ground on 121.9er, Air Canada 476 Heavy. Fuel quantities check, seatbelt signs are on. Fuel quantity checked, barrel rafts both. Before start checklist, parking brake and use set. TO speeds and thrusters set. Slides are on.
requesting IFR clearance to Toronto, please, to as filed.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
And this below is checked. Checklist
Requesting
complete.
IFR clearance to Toronto as filed.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Air Canada 476 Heavy requesting push and start. Can you repeat that for Air Canada 476 Heavy?
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Air Canada 476, push and start approved. Face southeast.
Southeast for Air Canada 476 Heavy. Flight attendants prepare for cross-check.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, Captain. All doors in flight. Cross-check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Air Canada Flight 476, flying from Ottawa to Montreal. We're thrilled to have you with us today.
Ottawa ground,
Please make sure your seatbelts are fastened and your seats are in the upright position.
Seatbird
If you need
271
anything,
with
just give us a
information
shout.
Quebec,
Enjoy the
request
flight.
IFR clearance to Quebec.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Clear to Quebec after departure, fly radar vector, d'accord. Then as filed, departure runway 25, climb 4000, departure 135.15, squawk 1375. Speedbird 271.
Locking gear.
Air Canada 467 Ottawa ground push and start approved.
Push and start approved. Air Canada 467.
Taxi to General Aviation Parking via Echo East.
Release parking brakes,
Victor
please.
Bravo Alpha.
Parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Engine 2's going up. Whoa, what's going on here?
Cabin crew, all doors in flight and cross-check. Welcome aboard, everyone. On behalf of Air Canada, we're thrilled to have you with us today. I'm Deshaun Williams, your lead flight attendant. We got a great crew with us. We got Mike, Sarah, and Jamal, all ready to make your flight as smooth as possible. Our captain today is Darren, and the first officer is Sandra. We're flying from Ottawa to Montreal, and it's gonna take us about 35 minutes to get there, eh? Now let's go over some important safety info real quick, all right? First up, your seatbelt. To fasten it, just insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, just lift the buckle. Easy peasy, right? If we need to use the oxygen mask, they'll drop down from above. Pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Don't worry about the kids. Put your mask on first before helping them out, okay? Now about those life vests. They're located under your seat. To use them, pull them out, slip it over your head, and pull the straps to tighten. Inflate it by pulling the red tabs. Or you can blow into the tube if you need more air. Oh, and just a reminder, keep your luggage on board in case we gotta evacuate, alright? We got 6 emergency exits on this A350, 2 at the front, 2 over the wings, and 2 at the back. Just follow the lights to get to the exits. And remember, the closest exit might be behind you, eh? Alright, that's the safety stuff. Captain Darren, the cabin is ready for departure.
Please set parking brakes.
Ottawa ground, Air Canada 442 is ready for push and start.
Both engines stable.
Air Canada 442, Ottawa ground, push and start approved. Face southeast.
Push and start approved, face southeast. Air Canada 442, thank you.
Ottawa ground, Baron 96 Whiskey, request taxi from Charlie to General Aviation Parking.
Correction, Ottawa ground, Golf Delta Hotel, request pushback and start.
Golf Delta Hotel pushback and start approved. Face southeast.
Pushback and start approved, face southeast, Golf Delta Hotel. Ottawa ground, Golf Romeo Delta Hotel, ready for taxi. Ottawa ground, good afternoon, KLM 271, request pushback and start. Pushback and start, approved, face southeast, KLM 271. Ottawa ground, good afternoon, KLM 271 with information, Juliet is ready to copy IFR clearance to Toronto.
Clearance on request, stand by.
Unlocking gear.
Ottawa ground, KLM 271, ready for push and start.
Com 271, push and start approved.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Ottawa ground, Air Canada Fort Tree, gate 16 with India, request pushback and engine start.
Air Canada 43, pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest.
Face northwest, Air Canada Fort Tree.
All aircraft be advised, information Romeo is now current. Altimeter 29901.
Ground Air Canada 476 Heavy, ready to taxi.
Air Canada 476, runway 7 taxi via east taxi lane, west taxi lane, Charlie, cross runway 32, then Charlie.
Runway 7, taxi via east taxi lane, west taxi lane, Charlie, cross runway 32, then Charlie, Air Canada 476 Heavy.
Air Blue Fox Alpha Echo with information X-ray, request IFR flight to Keflavik. Request IFR flight.
Clearance on request, stand by.
Okay, bye.
Clear to Keflavik, after departure fly radar vector to take all, then asphalt, departure runway 07, initial climb to 4000, departure on 135.15, squawk 2733, Air Blue Fox Alpha Echo.
Radio check, traffic on Mike November, Sierra.
Diamond Mike, November Sierra, request IFR clearance to Montreal with information Romeo.
Flight attendant seats for departure. Tower Air Canada 476 Heavy, we are at runway 07, we're ready to go.
Air Canada 476, Heavy Ottawa Tower, runway 07, wind 020 at 10, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 07, Air Canada 476 Heavy.
Ottawa Tower, Canadian Express 542, moving short, runway 7 for IFR departure with Mike.
I'll grab that clearance, give me just a minute.
You have the radio comms.
Ottawa Tower, holding short, runway 7. Cleared for takeoff, runway 7, Express 542.
I've got the radio comms now.
Phaser 1, contact departure.
Over to departure, Phaser 1, see you later.
Cabin, takeoff runway, packs are
Air
off.
Canada 271, contact departure.
Contact departure, Air Canada 271, good day.
Engine stable, Manflex 42 blue. Knots.
V1. Air Transat 271, contact departure.
Contact departure, Transat 271, good day.
Positive rate, gear going up.
Air Canada 458, welcome to Ottawa, contact ground on 121.9er.
Whoa, what the hell?
Pacific ground 121.9er, Air Canada 458, thank you.
Air Canada 476, contact departure on 135.15.
Switching to departure on 135.15. Air Canada 476. Ottawa departure, Air Canada 476, good evening, climbing to 2000.
Air Canada 476, heavy Ottawa departure, radar contact, climb 13,000, vectors to take all, then is filed.
Air Canada 198, contact Ottawa Tower on 120.1.
Climbing to 13,000, vectors to tackle, then is filed. Air Canada 476 Heavy. Echo Juliet Bravo, contact Montreal Center on 134.675.
134.675, Echo Juliet Bravo.
Ottawa approach, Papa X-ray Kilo. What is your current ATIS information? Is it Lima? Ottawa approach, I think I have the rest of the information. It's information Romeo, Papa X-ray Kilo.
Papa X-ray Kilo, negative. We have ATIS information Romeo current.
Papa X-ray Kilo.
Dear guests, we are now above the safe altitude, and you may use your electronic devices.
Uniform Bravo,
Just a reminder
Ottawa
to keep
approach,
them in
contact
airplane
Montreal
mode,
Center on
okay?
132.85.
Also, our onboard Wi-Fi service is available now, so feel free to connect and enjoy your flight. If you need anything, just let us know. Thanks for flying with Air Canada.
Ottawa departure, American 2450, passing 3.0 for 4,000.
American 2450, Ottawa departure, radar contact. Clear directly tax, climb flight level 210.
Cleared LETAC, climb and maintain flight level 210, American 2450.
American 2450, climb flight level 310.
All right, folks. We've reached cruising altitude, and we're going to start our snack and drink service
climb
now.
flight level 310.
We've got some delicious Montreal smoked meat sandwiches and some classic Pringles for you.
and use it in
After we finish
271,
serving,
baby.
we'll be coming around with some articles from the Air Canada shop, so keep an eye out for that. If you need anything in the
Descend
meantime,
altitude
just give us a
3,000
shout.
until
Enjoy the
established on
flight.
localizer. Cleared for ILS runway 32, Air Canada 458. Thank you.
Air Canada 458, contact Ottawa Tower on 118.8.
Thank you.
Echo Zulu X-ray, contact Montreal departure on 128.175.
128.175, Echo Zulu X-ray.
Air Canada 476, expect the LF 7 arrival. I'll call your descent in roughly 20 minutes. Just say the word if you'd like to start down earlier.
Expecting the LF 7 arrival. Will await my call for descent. Air Canada 476.
Air Canada 476, expect the ILS runway 6 left approach into Montreal.
Ottawa approach, Sierra Oscar November, established on ILS runway 32.
Expecting the ILS runway 6 left approach into Montreal. Air Canada 476.
Takeoff, have the airport site transferring IFR at this time.
King Air 7 Tango Alpha, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
VFR, frequency change approved. King Air 7 Tango Alpha.
King Air 7 Tango Alpha, descend and maintain 3,000.
Papa 457, our final destination is Pleasant Hill.
Papa 457, maintain VFR altitude.
Maintain VFR altitude, Papa 457.
Delta 2571 Montreal Center contact. Montreal Tower on 119.3. Delta 257 contact Montreal Center on 126.9.
257 contact Montreal Center on 126.9. Montreal Center, Charlie Alpha, November, and 10,000.
Approach, this is Air Canada 476 Heavy. We're reaching the top of our descent, ready for lower.
Air Canada 476, descend via LFLR 7 for the ILS runway 6 left approach into Montreal, altimeter 3021.
Descend via LFLR 7 for the ILS runway 6 left approach. Altimeter 3021. Air Canada 476.
Let's brief the arrival.
Air Canada 476, contact Montreal approach on 124.65.
We'll be arriving in Montreal on runway 6 left using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the LFLR 7 arrival. Transition level is 8,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 6 left. Weather at arrival shows winds 040 at 9 knots. Few clouds at 5,000 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 5515 and approach frequency will be 127.6. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to gate, International Terminal 55. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain. Switching to Montreal approach on 124.65. Air Canada 476. Montreal approach, Air Canada 476. Good evening, we're descending to 12,000.
Air Canada 476, heavy Montreal approach identified. Good evening, Montreal altimeter 3021.
Alright folks, we've left our cruising altitude and are now starting our approach to Montreal. Please return to your seats, stow those tables, and fasten your seatbelts. Just a heads up, lavatories are now off limits, eh? We'll be on the ground shortly, so let's make sure we're all set for landing. Thanks for your cooperation.
Air Canada 142, roger, climb and maintain 5,500. Air Canada 142, turn left, heading 155 vectors to Verka.
Captain, cabin is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our final approach into Montreal, please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Make sure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seatbelts are fastened. We'll be landing shortly at the International Terminal 55. Thank you for your cooperation.
Mic off.
Duke Juliet Bravo Whiskey, roger. Radar services terminated.
Mic
Squawk
on.
VFR frequency change approved.
Squawk VFR frequency change approved. Good evening, Juliet Bravo Whiskey. Maribel, departure Duke Juliet Bravo Whiskey requests clearance into the Charlie airspace around Montreal. Montreal Center, Duke Juliet Bravo Whiskey, cancel VFR at this time. Cancel VFR flight following at this time, Juliet Bravo Whiskey.
Departure, Victor Guam Papa Hotel Romeo, Vision Jet 508000, climbing to 10,500. We are requesting flight following to Toronto International Airport.
Papa Hotel Romeo, Vision Jet Montreal departure, I do not have. Contact Montreal Center on 132.85 for flight following to Toronto International.
Roger, contact Montreal Center on 132.85 for flight following. Thank you. Good day. Victor Guam Papa Hotel Romeo.
Departure Air Canada 69, crossing 3,700 for flight level 210.
Departure Air Canada 9 or 8, 2000 for 4,000.
Air Canada 9 or 8, radar contact, climb and maintain 11-1-1000.
Up to 11-1-1000, Air Canada 9 or 8.
Papa 457, right downwind for runway 24. Papa 457, right downwind for runway 24.
Papa 457, I am not seeing your transponder. Confirm squawking 2214 mode, see ident one more time for me.
Air Canada 476, turn left heading 220 vectors for the ILS runway 6 left approach.
Left heading 220, vectors for the ILS runway 6 left approach. Air Canada 476.
Air Canada 476, turn right heading 240. Air Canada 476, heavy, 5 miles from Zulta. Turn left heading 140 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 6 left approach.
Turning right heading 240, Air Canada 476.
State 445, contact Maribel Tower on 119.1.
Negative. I still need vectors to go around to 24 left. Approach, ILS runway. We are past the runway, so we need vectors to in front.
5 miles from Zulta. Left heading 140 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 6 left approach. Air Canada 476.
Air Canada 142 Montreal, Pierre Elliott, Trudeau Tower radar. Contact 2 miles northeast of Montreal. Pierre Elliott, Trudeau. International Aerodrome at 2,300. Cleared to the Boston Aerodrome via radar vectors to Verka, then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,500. Expect flight level 330 10 minutes after departure. Departure 120, decimal 42 squawk 2324. Air Canada 142, safe flight level.
Air Canada 476, contact Montreal Tower on 119.3.
Switching to Montreal Tower on 119.3. Air Canada 476.
Flight attendant seats for landing.
Montreal Tower, Air Canada 476 evening. We're established on the ILS approach for runway 6 left.
Air Canada 476, heavy Montreal Tower, roger, continue approach, runway 6 left.
Air Canada 401, contact departure. For departure, see Air Canada 401.
Alpha 457, contact departure. Air Canada 400, welcome to Montreal. Contact ground on 121.0. Air Canada 476, heavy Montreal Tower, wind 040 at Niner. Runway 6 left, cleared to land.
Runway 6 left, cleared to land.
2,500.
Air Canada 476 heavy.
Check was complete.
Cessna Delta Romeo Zulu, contact departure.
2,000.
To departure, Delta Romeo Zulu.
Montreal Tower, transit 845. We capture the localizer for ILS 1024 right approach.
Air Transit 845, Montreal Tower, roger, continue approach.
Air Canada 532, contact departure.
Contact departure, Air Canada 532.
Air Canada 532, contact Montreal departure.
Contact departure for Air Canada 532.
Air Canada 416, welcome to Montreal. Contact ground on 121.0.
1,000.
121.0 for Air Canada 416.
Switching to departure.
Air Canada 531, Montreal Tower, stay altitude.
Five hundred. 400. 300. 200 above. 100.
Landing.
90. 80. 70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Reverser set.
Alpha Tango Whiskey, say again your last transmission.
Papa Hotel Alpha Tango Whiskey, runway is vacated. Exit to parking via Alpha, crossing runway 28, Papa Hotel Alpha Tango.
Switching to ground on 121.0, Air Canada 476. Montreal ground, Air Canada 476. Evening, we're clear of runway 6 left and ready to taxi to the gate.
Air Canada 476, Montreal ground, taxi to International Terminal Gate 55 via Bravo, Echo, North Apron, South Apron. Have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Montreal. We've just landed at Pierre Elliott
Taxi to
Trudeau
International Terminal
Airport.
Gate 55
Did you
via
know that
Bravo,
Montreal is the
Echo,
second
North
largest
Apron,
French-speaking
South
city
Apron.
in the world?
Air
after
Canada
Paris?
476.
Also, it's famous for its vibrant art scene and delicious cuisine, especially poutine. Thanks for flying with Air Canada today. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. The local time here is 11:16 p.m. Captain Darren McEwen, First Officer Sandra Koivu, and the entire crew would like to say goodbye to you now. If you have any connections, please listen up. Flight AC 123 to Toronto, departing at 11:45 p.m. from Gate 32. Flight AC 456 to Vancouver, departing at 11:50 p.m. from Gate 28. Flight AC 789 to Calgary, departing at 11:55 p.m. from Gate 30. Thank you and have a great evening.
Push and start. Air Canada 901.
1613, request push and start. Push and start approved, face east. Rouge 1613.
1613, push and start approved, face east. Air Canada 9012, runway 6 right taxi via south ramp, east ramp, Alpha Mike. Runway 6 right taxi via south ramp, east ramp, Alpha Mike, Air Canada 9012. American 5350, contact tower on 119.3, take care.
Okay, over to tower 119.3 for American 5350. Have a good day.
Air Canada 987, ready for taxi.
Air Canada 987, push and start approved, face west.
Air Canada 403, contact tower on 124.3, take care.
124.3, Air Canada 403. Ground, Air Canada 403, ready for push and start.
Air Canada 403, Montreal ground, push and start approved, face east.
JetBlue 416 Romeo. Taxi to runway 24 lines via Romeo, JetBlue 416.
American 227, request push and start.
American 227, Montreal ground push and start approved. Information kilo is current.
Montreal ground, good day. Air Canada 15 Alpha, need clearance for Miami.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Montreal ground, Air Canada 15 Alpha, need clearance for Miami.
Just gonna go through this.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Montreal ground, hello, Air Canada 401, stand 7 on the east apron, ready for push.
Air Canada 401, Montreal ground, pushback approved, face east.
Push through, facing east, Air Canada 401.
Montreal ground, Rouge 1590, gate 1, ready for pushback and engine start.
Rouge 1590, Montreal ground, pushback and engine start approved, face east.
Pushback engine start approved, face east. Rouge 1590.